And joining me again today, thank you for joining me on my coaching story. Today we get to go to Istanbul, Turkey. Belma, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Brad. I'm so happy to having a chance meeting with you today.
You know, it's a wonderful thing to have coaches all across the world talk about what got them into coaching, how they start coaching, what it is about coaching. But I want to start with a simple question. Coaching something you either love or you don't want to do it. What is it that you enjoy? What do you love about coaching?
Actually, I must say the first thing is about achieving results together with the company owners and also being a part of the change of the companies and of the lives of company owners and the teams actually. So these are my top two.
Yeah. You know, it's so much fun watching people learn and grow, especially when they were stuck, like they didn't know what to do. And you come in and you give them one idea, and all of a sudden now they're, I don't know, it's like their eyes, they open up sort of thing. They start to shine.
Yeah, yes, very right. I think it's the ambition and what I'm looking for in my clients or my potential clients is the ambition and the passion that they are looking for in their lives.
Mm.
So coaching is not about saying, I believe. It's about being. So we are also responsible for inspiring them in our behaviors, maybe not just by our words, but also in our actions, in our behaviors, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, I think that that's a big part of it. You know, you've got to be coached yourself in order to be coaching others. It's a very big part. But let's go back a little ways then. What got you into coaching? Tell me about your background and what led you to coaching.
In my university degree in economics, and during the last year of my education, I had the chance to experience banking as a bank officer in a public bank. And thanks that because finally, when I had graduated from the university, I had decided not to be a bank officer. And at the time, it was very challenging for me, and I started in an audit firm. It was an correspondent firm of an international audit firm in Turkey at that time. It's 1996. And nearly 4 years later, it became a member of another international audit firm in Turkey. And during 21 years, I was in the same audit firm. And during the last 10 years of that journey, I was an international audit partner, both at local and international level. So when I have learned about your background also as an accountant, it was very important for me during my, deciding about being an action coach. So during, of course, 21 years, my job was very relevant with companies.
Mm.
So lots of companies in very different sectors, in very large scales, the micro-sized companies. So I was thinking that I had a lot about companies' lives.
Yeah.
And of course, some of them had become bigger, larger, and some of them are not existing anymore.
Yeah.
So about the doing part of companies, lives, I had a lot of experience, I can say.
Yeah.
But the missing part was about being. I
Yeah.
must say the same thing again.
You know, it's really interesting because be it either a banking background or an accounting background, it really gives you a good understanding because you deal with so many different types of businesses. But I feel like from an accounting point of view, I was dealing with the back end of the business, after it all happened type thing. Whereas as a coach, I'm dealing with the front end of the business of making it happen and growing the business and doing all of those things. It feels different, doesn't it?
It was my ambition actually when I decided to put a how to say full stop in my audit career.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for something that not just inspection but being a part of the solution.
Mm.
So but I had no idea about, of course, business coaching or action coach at the time. So I had a notebook. There was a message on the cover page. saying, if you want to be happy, be. And and in that notebook, it's very funny for me to talk about that. I write down what kind of qualifications my next career path should have. So I write down some things, and it was about learning more and sharing more and being a part of international network. And I had no idea what was the title of that job. It's like magic, I guess. So I
Yeah.
really like to talk about that, my story part of coaching. And so maybe 3 or 4 months later, I had left my audit career in an event. It was a breakfast event, and I was so reluctant to join that. The heading was charming for me. It was, "Is there a life after corporate life?" So in that meeting, I met with Ayşegül Akşak. She is the master licensee of Action Coach Turkey, and
Yes.
she just introduced herself, and it was the first time for me heard about business coaching and action coach,
Yeah.
and it was the first sign of my story.
It's really interesting that when people find coaching, it's like they've been looking for it for a long time, but they didn't know they were looking for it type thing. It's one of those things. So let's then look at some of your clients then, and what is the most fun parts of coaching for you right now? What do you enjoy most about actually doing that? Because it's every week you meet with people, it's you help them do their planning. You've got growth club after this. You've got people growing their business. What is it that, or maybe you've got a favorite client that you could tell us a little bit about?
Um, for me, the first criteria is about ambition, actually, not the size, not the sector, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
if they have ambition about something, and we have a very famous question, your question, how your company looks like at its final version.
Mm,
When we first time asked our clients that question, they just kept silence.
yeah.
And after this description of what they are actually dreaming about their company, then we put a plan into action. And it's very important for me also measuring, of course, as a financial auditor. At the first, when I heard about coaching side of business coaching, I must be honest, I had some setbacks about coaching. What's coaching is not just about motivation,
Yeah.
So there is measuring side of action coach, and there are so many short formulas we are using. So being a part of that journey is really very challenging for me, and it's also a journey for on my side also.
Yeah. I think that, and you've probably seen this as a coach, you grow so much because you've got so many clients with so many challenges. You have to grow and learn with them. And I know for the first few years of coaching, it's like there's a 90-degree learning curve. There's no curve to it. It's a very fast learning. So when you said you were looking for something where you would learn more, I don't think you ever thought of how much you would learn when you joined coaching.
A lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I was thinking that I know a lot about the companies,
Mm,
during my audit career. However, all I know about was doing,
yeah.
not about the being part, and it was the missing part.
Yeah.
Because maybe as consultants during my audit career, I also managed some um, due diligence projects and
Yeah.
for some other types of projects. And in those times, I was very sorry about the company valuation
Yeah.
results. When the company is very dependent on its owner, then the value of the companies are not the one company owners are expecting for. So on that part, I was really shocked at the first time because it's not about just saying what they have to do, but we must or we should inspire them
Mm,
to be the person who will achieve those results.
yeah.
So I can say that I have learned a lot.
Yeah. Growing the people is what grows the business. We all, well, we as coaches know that if you want to grow the business, you have to grow the people. And so then that brings me to the other side for you and your business. Then where do you see your future? What's the next growth phase for you? Because obviously Turkey, and in particular Istanbul, where you are, the business owners are having challenges. Let's just say it's month after month, challenge after challenge. Where do you see yourself? Because obviously you're doing a great amount right now to help the business owners of Turkey, of Istanbul. What's next for you?
When I had decided to become an action coach, the conditions were not very nice at that time.
No.
And after nearly 1 year later, then pandemic occurred, and it was not nicer then. However, during I'm almost 2.5 years experience in the business coaching, but always my business was growing. Maybe
Mm,
not as much as very in high rates, but it was growing. And
mm,
for the future, actually, my concentration will be on more medium and maybe the larger size companies, and
mhm.
especially the ones who the owners are dreaming about selling their business in a very good price. So starting from today to increase their company valuation. So
Fantastic.
that's my ambition to be to concentrate on that part for the
Yeah,
future.
I think a lot of business owners get stuck in the whole thinking of they've got to run it forever rather than building something they can sell. You don't have to sell it, but at least you build something that is saleable, that actually, you can pass it on or build it to that size. Does it ever surprise you that you know, I've seen the testimonials from your clients. Does it ever surprise you how fast you can help them grow or how fast you can help them get results?
Um, at first stage, when their first awareness was about um, the points they didn't notice until I asked them some questions.
Mm,
So most of the opportunities are within the company, not
mm,
outside of the company, and they do not need, in many cases, very high investment amounts
yeah.
to discover such opportunities. So it's generally surprising for them to discover that the opportunities are within the company.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of exciting when you open a business owner's eyes to exactly what's possible and that sort of thing. So, one of the things you've been doing very well for your business owner clients is creating community, bringing business owners together. Why do you do that? What's the benefit of doing that for them?
Um, First of all, they very like to be to discuss their common issues, because they are very alone, and when they understand that the problems are very similar in other businesses, independent of the sector or the size of the companies. So discussing the problems and the solutions and the experiences are very good point for all company owners. So building a community is a very big part of our business, I guess.
Yeah.
We also like motivating and moderating such events.
You know, and on the flip side of that, a big part of being part of Action Coach is our community of coaches and community of clients and team all over the world. What is it that gets you involved? Because you're very involved in that community. Why do you stay so involved in the Action Coach community?
Um, of course, the Turkish partners are very important representatives of Action Coach community for me at the first decision stage. I remember I was very excited about when I heard from Ayşegül Akşak, when I
Mhm.
first met her. And then I searched for the other partners and listened their reasons to become action coach.
Mhm.
So being a part of international network, and I see the all the partners all around the world in Action Coach are very open-minded and are very helpful to each other partners in
Mhm.
all over the world. So it's very important and very valuable thing, I think, in any organization. Again, I must say that Action Coach is not about just saying; it's about being.
Yeah. Listen, I think, Belma, you're doing amazing things for the business owners of Istanbul. We really appreciate how much work you're doing and helping them grow, especially during the economic turmoil and then the pandemic that your country went through. So, congratulations on everything you're doing. Look forward to watching your success as you keep growing out there in the marketplace. And thanks for being a guest here on My Coaching Story.